Mark traveled between two towns A and B at an average speed of 70 kilometers per hour for 4.5 hours. On his return trip from the town B to A, he traveled at an average speed of 90 kilometers per hour. How long did he take on this return trip? So we have two places here, which is A and B. So in the first trip, right, we see that he traveled at 70 kilometers per hour. Now this is our speed, right? And then they told us it was done in 4.5 hours. This is our time. Now we come to the return trip. The return trip is from B to A. We have 90 kilometers per hour. 90 kilometers per hour. This is our speed. And we have how long did he take. So our time is what they want to know. Now if you look at the first story, there is one unknown, which is our distance, right? So our distance is unknown. And the second story, the time and the distance is unknown. So all we need to do is use the information from the first part of the story and find that distance, because from A to B and B to A is the same distance. So if we have the distance worked out, we can apply it in the second part of the story and we can find our time. That's what the question eventually wants. So let's work out the first strip. The first strip, we'll call it, we need to know the distance. So let's look at our triangle. Our triangle goes like this. Speed is equal to distance over time, right? And I put a multiplication there because distance is speed times time, and then time is distance over speed. So remember this triangle, and all you just need to do is substitute. Now in the first case we need the distance, so we know that distance is equal to speed times time. So do we know our speed? The first story, yes, it's 70 kilometers per hour, right? Times, and the time is 4.5 hours. Now remember, we will have an answer that ends off in kilometers. So multiplying this through with our calculator, 70 times 4.5, and this will give us an answer of 315 kilometers. So this is our distance, which we can now use in this next part of our story. So we know our speed, we know our distance, so all we need to do is work out the time. So let's work out the time for the distance, that's B to A. Right, so we are working out the time. So your formula states that time is equal to distance over speed. So what's our distance? 315 kilometers, and our speed is 90 kilometers per hour. Now remember, that's what he used for the second half of his trip. So using our calculator, this will give us an answer in hours. This would give us an answer of 3.5 hours, and this would make sense because at 70 kilometers per hour he was doing 4.5 hours, and now he's doing 90 kilometers per hour. It would obviously take him a bit faster to do it. So we have 3.5 hours. Write down the next two terms in the given sequence. Now looking at the sequence, we can see there's a difference of 2 each time. So showing that difference, we'll have 5, another 2 there, we'll have 7. Describe the pattern in question 4.1 in your own words. Now this is the general sequence in which questions are asked. You are asked to complete the terms, then you are asked to state in your own words what's happening there. So basically all that's being done here is that 2 is being added to each number. 2 is added to each number. That's in your own words. Then we come to the next part where they will always ask you for the general term. and the general term is always in the form of Tn. Now there's two ways in which you could work this. Your teachers can, or tutors can show you the alternate way, but I'll just tell you the most popular way, which is where we are asked to formulate the general term, but we start off with a formula that's Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 d. Now it's not very difficult to memorize this. Memorize this and understand what each one means. The A is your first term. Now looking at that sequence, our first term is the minus 1. The d is the difference, and we mentioned that 2 was being added each time. So all we're going to do now is we're going to substitute. So minus 1 plus n minus 1, and we have a difference of 2. So now we're going to just remove the brackets. We have minus 1. Using distribution, we have 2n plus 2n minus 2. Now let's bring together all the like terms. Now keep it in the form where the letter is first, and this becomes minus 3. So it's 2n minus 3. Now this becomes your general term. All right, there's nothing further we can do.